morning and welcome to Living Local 15. I'm Jessica Williams. Thank you so much for joining me. On today's show, we are getting our grub on and exploring the appetizer menu at Umi Japanese Restaurant. Plus, I teach you the proper way to eat edamame. And later, we learn all about pre-funeral planning and the steps to take if you lose a loved one with Hicks Monunments More. Are you ready? Let's get started.
Fashion, food, and fun. You're watching Living Local 15 with your host, Jessica Williams.
This segment sponsored by Umi. I am at Umi Restaurant in Fort Wayne offering a contemporary vibe in Asian cuisine, and I am so excited to chat with their manager of marketing and events, Rachel Lovelace. Hi, Rachel.
Hi, Jessica. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Very good.
Good. Well, you know, this place is so beautiful, and we've had an opportunity to learn more about this establishment, and now it's time to explore the menu.
The best part.
The best part. So you all offer a wide variety of things. So what kind of influenced the menu, and how do you decide what all to offer?
That's a great question. Well, you know, we're a Japanese restaurant, but we also really like to be known for our sushi, steak, and seafood. I think when people think Umi, they think sushi, which is wonderful. I think our sushi is world class, but we have a phenomenal array of options for our customers. So we have some great steak and chicken dishes, seafood dishes, rice and noodles, great appetizers, and we have some American fare as well. We have locally sourced breaded tenderloins and also full-blood Wagyu sliders from Joseph DeQuee Farms, which is awesome. And house-made chicken tenders that are not just for kids. They're amazing. Sometimes I order them myself.
Wow, that is a variety of things. I mean, you said so many things that caught my attention. First off, Joseph DeQuee's friend of the show. We love them. So you all offer their meat, which is incredible. But then that tenderloin. So I have recently been introduced to the big old Indiana tradition of tenderloin. So people can experience that here.
They can, but ours are served in a slider portion, and which is kind of nice. And so an order would come with 2 sliders. So put together, I think it equals about the amount of one ginormous one. But they're a little bit easier to eat, and then it's a little bit smaller, which is nice.
I like it smaller because that was a beast. Tackle. Okay, wonderful. So we have just a selection here of a variety of appetizers is what we're going to start off with.
Yes.
And so let's start with this beautiful display of options. So this is the sampler, correct?
Yes, yep, it's the Umi sampler platter.
So let's talk through it as I grab each item.
Absolutely. So what you are grabbing first is our pan-seared Porkiosa dumpling.
Okay.
So some people know them as pot stickers, one and the same, but we call them the Porkiosa dumplings here. And I really like them with the gyoza dipping sauce, which is the brown sauce in front of you. Adds a little bit of additional flavor. These also can come served pan-fried. And
you say this sauce here?
The one right above the darker one. Yep, absolutely.
So you just drizzle it just right on top?
Oh yes, you can dip it, drizzle it, however you like.
Okay.
I love these. I am a sucker for them. I have a hard time not ordering them when I have meetings here.
They don't have to be official. I mean, there's a fork, but I'm going to do it right.
That's right. And no judgment, though. Sometimes those are hard to eat with chopsticks.
So much flavor.
Ah, so much.
I love the contrast of the more crispy side mixed with the dumpling soft side of what you're used to. Because I'll be honest, dumplings, I typically don't go for them because they're usually all like ooey gooey.
Yes.
But this is like the perfect texture.
Thank you.
So y'all nailed that.
Thank you. I agree. And like I said, our fried gyoza dumplings are all crispy. The entirety of it is crispy. So I like them both equally. It's just a slightly different, texture profile.
And the meat that's in it?
Yeah, it's just a seasoned pork, Asian seasoned pork.
All right, that was so yummy, Rachel. Okay, what is next?
Next, we have our beef Nagamaki, which is a filet wrapped asparagus drizzled with teriyaki and sesame seeds. Wow. So it's a great flavor, and some people like it. Maybe you're not a sushi fan, and they'll order, this comes, this is a sampler platter, but you can also just order the beef nagamaki. So it's kind of more of a low carb, protein forward appetizer or even a meal.
So unique, wow. I'm just letting all the flavors hit me. I love teriyaki. And it's so interesting because you're not used to so much the beef being the wrap, right?
Absolutely,
Meat is
right,
typically on the
absolutely.
inside. So that's fun. And then you have the crunch, a nicely cooked asparagus in the middle. And then I love sesame seeds. Okay.
Me too.
All right, this is good so far. You got to get the sampler. Okay, what's next?
And that is our scallop cake. So it's similar to a crab cake, except for this is made with scallops. And I have come to really love this one. I love seafood, absolutely love seafood, but I don't personally always go for the scallops. I know some people love them. I don't as much, but I absolutely love our scallop cakes. So if you already love scallops, you will not be disappointed.
Okay,
but
you love scallops.
Yeah, and if you don't, you might love it anyway.
That is an interesting take.
Yeah, so it's similar to a crab cake, but made with scallops.
Different flavor palettes, which I enjoy. It's not as fishy as a crab cake is. So you still get that texture and then multiple flavors, and it's a little bit on the sweeter side.
Yes, yeah.
I like that.
Right on that flavor.
That's different. I like trying different things. So yes.
And these are our vegetable egg rolls, and we like to serve them with our sweet chili oil. It makes for a really nice dipping sauce, and I think it brightens and brings out the flavors of the vegetables and how they're cooked. So this is a big crowd pleaser. They're a commonly ordered food. They're on a lot of our catering menus, things like that.
Very nice. I love an egg roll. And you say this is vegetable?
Yep, all vegetable, yes.
That sauce is really popping.
It's really good. I think it makes the egg roll.
Delicate crunch. This is good, and I really love the portion size on this. I mean, this is the sampler platter. You get a little bit of everything and make a really nice appetizer.
Absolutely,
yes.
Thank you.
Okay, and then we have a couple of other items.
Yes.
What caught my attention, I love a good salad, right?
Yes.
And really it's about the nutrients, adding a little bit of vegetable to the meal. And I love how you really filled in this cucumber salad. So talk to me about this.
Yes, so this is fresh cucumber, fresh tomato, fresh avocado, and it is in a sesame ginger vinaigrette. So it's a light but flavorful marinade.
Oh. Got some avocado. Yes.
I love the freshness of it, and especially coupled with the sampler platter, for example, it has a really nice, light, fresh crisp to it.
Oh, I cannot wait. What type of sauce did you say?
A sesame garlic vinaigrette.
Oh, okay.
And it holds up very well if you take some home too. The vinaigrette keeps it really nice and fresh for I'd say a good 24 hours or so.
Yes. Yes, because vinegar like preserves
It
fruits and
does.
vegetables, so that's so
Yes.
good. This is so refreshing. Like, I would say this would be like the ultimate appetizer. Just because
Yes.
before you dive into the other stuff, you just feel like clearing your palate, adding nutrients.
Yes.
Who wouldn't want that?
Absolutely. Yes, I agree. Thank you.
All right. Okay, Rachel. So the last appetizer we're trying today is edamame. I love edamame so much.
Me too.
I feel like I cannot go into a sushi restaurant without starting off with that.
Yes.
And so you have this nice presentation.
Yes, we always
So
say
let's see.
pull and enjoy. Yes.
Oh, so cute. Then of course the bowl is for discarding.
Yes.
And just for people who don't really know, can you describe what edamame is?
Absolutely. Well, it's actually soybeans, and you can buy and purchase shelled edamame, which is out of the shell or the pod. Typically in an Asian fusion or Japanese restaurant, it is served in its shell, which makes it kind of fun to eat.
Right.
And especially once you know how,
Right.
which we can demonstrate.
Right, okay, so a little edamame lesson
Yes.
is happening right now.
That's right.
So the goal when you have edamame is not to eat the whole thing.
Correct.
You are going, your goal are the beans that's in the inside. And so it's lightly salted with some sea salt, which makes it even better. And basically you're taking your teeth and pulling out the bean. Okay, so.
Yep. Beautifully
Bean
done.
removed. Thank you. And then discard the rest.
Absolutely.
And there it is.
There it is. And we have, here at Umi, some enjoy it just with the sea salt. You can have a few different types of seasonings that kick up the spiciness level.
Oh, really?
And we've noticed some like to dip in soy sauce. So there's a lot you can do to enhance flavor if you want to step outside the box.
So tasty, and I will say from experience of getting edamame, these last well at home too.
They do.
Take it home, put it
Yes.
into the microwave for a few minutes just to let the steam
Yep.
roll through it. So
Absolutely.
awesome. Well, these appetizers were so good. So I have to do Jessica's favorite pick on just the appetizers
yes,
alone. Okay, and I'm gonna make each of these individual options, okay? So, this is going to be a hard one because I feel like I've already made it clear the vegetables and stuff I really love, but choosing off of the sampler platter, I would say the dumplings is what I'm going to gravitate towards.
That's my favorite.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Yes. Great minds think alike,
That's
Rachel. Okay, appetizer fun was had. Now it's time to move on to the entrees. This segment sponsored by Umi.
Have an idea for the show? Want to find out how you can be a guest? Contact us at livinglocal15@wayne.com.
Hicks Monunments More is dedicated to providing services to families suffering a loss by offering compassion, dignity, and integrity through that challenging time. And here to share more are their owners, George and Carmen Hicks. Hello.
Hello, Jessica.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank
You both look so lovely.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. So the services that you provide are so important. When someone suffers a loss, not only is it heartbreaking, it's challenging, and I'm sure that the mind just goes everywhere, but you provide that step-by-step service to help them get through it. So can you start off by giving us an overview about your business?
Okay, yes, Hicks Monunments More. We're celebrating our 10th year anniversary this year, September the 5th. However, my husband and I, we both started in the funeral. A lot of people don't know this, started in the funeral industry. It'll be over 20 years for him and 20 for me next year.
Wow.
And so started off, I as a prenatal counselor, actually helping families prearrange, which I still do that. And then we both in various capacities. So when someone loses a loved one, it can be devastating. And it's been proven that nearly 50% of deaths are sudden and unexpected. So when it's just sudden like that, it really just, the stress level is really high. And so able to really walk them through that process and help them with different decisions they have to make, because there's a lot of decisions they don't really even realize that has to come into play. So really helping them through that process and even teaching them and helping them how to navigate, not just navigate, but also save money in the process of it, because it's something that's unexpected. And everyone doesn't pre-plan and not aware, and so it's something that we help to lessen the burden on the families.
Right, that's amazing. And congratulations on 10 years having your business. That's
Thank you.
incredible. And 30 years in marriage.
30 years
Has
in
to
marriage.
shout that out because that's a beautiful thing
Yes,
to see.
thank you.
And so what made you all start this business, being in the funeral business in the first place?
Well, I speak that. So what happened is, it's not something that we actually sought out to do. When I tell you, God literally just dropped this business in my lap. The previous owner contacted me one day and he said, "Carmen, I'm moving out of town. What do you think about taking over my business?" He said, "You've been in this field for a while and I know you treat the families fair," is what he said. And I said, I never thought about this. And I said, well, let me think about it, pray about it, and talk to my husband, and I'll let you know.
Yes.
And Jessica, 3 weeks later, I thought about it, we prayed about it, we talked about it, formed a LLC, and I was inside the building, pacing the floor, saying, "God, what just happened?" Literally in 3 weeks,
wow.
literally just dropped it in my lap. He introduced me to all of his vendors, and all this, and just transitioned to business to me. So so it literally just dropped into our lap. So it wasn't something we thought about. It's like God was like, okay, here, this, I'm giving you this, this is what you do.
Right.
So yeah.
A testament to timing. His timing is
Absolutely.
the best timing.
Absolutely.
Ready or not, he's like, now.
Yes. Yes.
That's wonderful. So share with me some of these services that you offer through your business.
Okay, so the Monuments More, some people don't realize monuments are headstones, grave markers. So even in that, it's precious because, people, they've gone through the funeral side of it, and then it's, some of them, they want to do it right away, and some kind of wait because in their minds, it's like the final step. And then I'm faced with the reality that my loved one is gone. So they kind of, they'll kind of play with it for a little bit and then, I'm not ready just yet. And so helping them with designing that, and then also just, it's bittersweet, but once it's done and they see the finished product and they're able to see it, and it's like, it's bittersweet, but tears of joy, but at the same time, and so help them with the monument and headstones. And then also, like I said, I still do funeral pre-planning. Also, I provide life insurance. It's all under the same category. Yes. And I provide memorial gifts. I do memorial blankets as well, and I call them all occasions because I've done them for graduations, birthday, but a lot of people, they contact me for memorial blankets for the service or so.
Yes. And the big difference that's important is this is not a funeral home where all the services happen. This is the planning and the preparation, and you are like an advisor that walks them through the steps. Yes, which is really important, and that's really nice because when something happens, as you said, 50% of deaths are unexpected. But we can do things in advance just to start prepping. And it is hard. It's a hard conversation to have with your loved ones, to write it all out. But why is it so important to do the pre-planning part?
It is important because, once again, it takes the burden off the family. And then a lot of times when a death occurs, all of the emotions are really high, and you have the families bickering. You have a lot of times it's the worst time for families because a lot of emotions are running high. So you're able to save prices, save costs because you can lock in a lot of those costs at today's costs. And then also, like I said, it lessens the burden on the family, and then it helps control emotional overspending. Because what happened, people say, oh, my mom, she deserves the best. My dad deserves the best. But did your mom really want you to spend $30,000 on a casket? I mean, and so you control that emotional overspending. You're able to think clearly. And we liken planning a funeral to a wedding because some people, they take a year to plan a wedding, some people 2, but they have to get to church. They have to make sure the pastors, they have to make sure, the bridesmaids, the people who are going to be a part of it, the venue, all of that. Well, a funeral really has those same moving, parts, but it's a matter of not a year, you just got a matter of days, boom. And so you can imagine the stress level that, people go through doing all that as someone a year versus, a few days. That's a big difference. Yeah. So I'm passionate about it. And my motto is helping you make it easier for those you love. Yeah, so that's my motto.
I'll go ahead and add also, gives us an opportunity to honor the family's wishes, the loved one's wishes, because a lot of times that loved one has something in particular that they want to happen. They want the certain pastor, they want the certain singer, and it gives an opportunity to honor their wishes.
Yes. That's good. Yeah, very good. You all have so much experience, so it's so nice that you are able to offer these services to our community. Yes. Yes, and that was a great analogy with the wedding to the funeral planning. You don't think of it like that, but it's just as important.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. It was a pleasure meeting you both.
Yes. Thank you for having us. Thank you for having us.
You're welcome.
I'll say this is ministry to us, so we don't look at it as just service. It's ministry. And we enjoy providing that service.
Yes. So, and looking forward to celebrating with thanking our customers, our families, we like to say, for our 10th anniversary this year. We're going to have that big celebration. So, looking forward to loving on them and sharing with them. And thank you so much for having us. And,
you're very welcome.
Thank you.
And if you would like more information about their services, the pre-planning, the life insurance, and all they have to offer, we'll be sure to list the website below, and I'll see you after the break.
Follow us on social media at Living Local 15.
Well, that's our show for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. You can always rewatch episodes of Living Local 15 by going to WANE.com and by downloading the WANE app. And remember, it's never too late to live your best life, so start living it today, and I look forward to seeing you here tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Living Local 15, proudly driven by the Kelly Automotive Group. Go to the Living Local 15 page on WANE.com for recipes from the show, to watch a segment again, and to get information on products and services featured on Living Local 15. Follow us on social media at Living Local 15. Content segments during today's Living Local 15 were paid for by these sponsors.